Hi, thank you for joining us today for Marketing During COVID-19, brought to you by the Florida SBDC at University of South Florida, Muma College of Business. As a note, this is not meant to be an exhaustive list of all the marketing tactics you could employ during COVID-19, but just an idea generator for how you might be able to pivot your business or your service or your product into a virtual environment until things get a little bit closer to normal. While we're not able to host in-person seminars until further notice due to stay-at-home orders, you are still able to stay connected with the Florida SBDC at USF via one of our social media sites or our sbdctampabay.com website. You can stay up to date with business trends and events, connect with local business owners, specifically on our Facebook page, and even sign up for our monthly email newsletter that is available at the bottom of our sbdctampabay.com website. Just pop your email address in there and you'll be added to the list. For those of you who are not very familiar with what the Florida SBDC network does, we offer low-cost training, no-cost consultant, and market research for small businesses, and in our area, it's specifically for the 10-county Tampa Bay region. We service the 10-county Tampa Bay region all the way north to Hernando and Pasco counties, down the coast to Pinellas, Manatee, and Sarasota counties, and then into the heartland, which is Hardy, DeSoto Highlands, and then finally the big chunk in the middle that you see there is going to be Polk County. If you need additional resources, we do have some resources available for you online at all times at sbdctampabay.com/resources. You'll find there are numerous categories there, but specifically government contracting, international trade, business certification, and in this environment, disaster prep are pretty important. Under those categories, you'll find templates such as business plan templates, break-even templates, cash flow spreadsheets, all that you can download directly to your device and use as you see fit for your business. And all of that is provided to you at no cost. I am Stacy Dad. I'm a certified marketing executive and I'm Google Analytics IQ certified. I'm the marketing and communications officer for the Florida SBDC at USF region, and I also do marketing, branding, and social media consulting for small businesses in the 10-county region. So let's go ahead and get on with the seminar. What is temporary? These are all things that are temporary but might lead to somewhat of a new normal for us when things resume a more normal environment. Temporary are the stay-at-home orders issued by Governor DeSantis, online transactions, sessions, shopping, booking, phone, email, text ordering, curbside pickup and takeout order delivery is a temporary thing in most cases. Working from home is going to be temporary. Learning from home, for those of you who have youngins at home who are doing homeschooling, hopefully that's a temporary situation. And then obviously mandated shutdowns are a temporary situation in this coronavirus environment. It's a new frontier for everybody who's involved. And everybody's just trying to figure out how to make things work until we can get things back to normal and get our cash flow back to where it needs to be. With that being said, product categories are shifting. As people are making buying choices based on new and ever-changing global and local circumstances, the product categories that are being purchased are also shifting. Market research company Nielsen identified 6 key consumer behavior thresholds tied to the COVID-19 pandemic and their results on the markets. And those 6 categories that you see are on the screen now. The first would be proactive health-minded buying. That's specifically the purchasing of preventative health and wellness products. Reactive health management buying is on the rise as well, and that's specifically related to protective gear such as masks and hand sanitizers. Pantry prep. Were you one of the ones that went out and hoarded toilet paper when this all started? Because the stockpiling of groceries and household essentials is one of those major categories that has shifted. Quarantine prep, experiencing a shortage in stores and making fewer store visits is what the current environment looks like. Restricted living, making fewer shopping trips and limiting limited online fulfillment. So now we've even got online orders that are being delayed because they're not being considered essential. So basically, the new normal has led to an altered supply chain. With that being said, notice that e-consumer sales are up overall, but look at the categories that are doing well, and this comes from Common Thread, you can see in the top right corner there, versus the ones that have a negative trend now. Wants are being pushed to the back burner as people focus on things they need to get through the coronavirus pandemic and things that they need to calm their fears. So you can see overall, e-commerce sales is up nearly 30%. And specifically, medical, baby products, cleaning, food and beverage, work from home necessities, and health and wellness necessities that you need at home as well. Those are all trending up. But look at the categories that are trending down. Jewelry, luxury items, fashion and apparel, autos and tools, anything you might need for travel. Obviously, with the stay-at-home order, those things are not as important to consumers anymore. So what trends may stick? Well, people may continue to stay home more. They may continue to shop, book, interact online, or by phone, email, and text ordering. I'm one of those people that would have preferred in the past to go face-to-face and buy something on the spot, just-in-time delivery versus ordering online. I like the face-to-face engagement and being able to feel and touch what I want to order. But people are literally scared to come out of their homes at this point, especially if they are high-risk categories. So this might continue to stick. Curbside pickup and delivery is in the same boat. Working from home and learning from home for some people will become the new normal. Even when the stay-at-home orders are lifted, we may be looking at a delayed economic impact. So this is just an example of some research that was done by the Harris Poll. And it says Americans are wary about traveling after COVID-19 after the curve flattens. And this was a graphic that was used in that research. And this is based on research that the Harris Poll did, what they think it's going to take time-wise for people to resume activities that they would have normally done without even thinking twice about. So just look at going to the office. Research shows that that could take up to 30 days for people to feel comfortable after the stay-at-home order is lifted. A handshake, a face-to-face handshake, 2 to 3 months. Getting in public transit, taking a bus into downtown Tampa, it may be 2 to 3 months. So even after the stay-at-home order is lifted, your businesses are still going to be affected and will need to figure out how to get through that slump. So with that said, what's your pivot? You need to figure out a way to pivot your business, pivot your service, pivot your product that you can offer in a virtual environment or a pickup, take home, take out environment. And the next couple slides are just going to show you some of the industries and what they've been doing to pivot business. So here you can see, this comes from Getty Images, this photo does, but the article comes from Inc.com. Restaurants pivot to groceries and meal kits to save business during the COVID-19 pandemic. It's using things they already had and they were already doing in one-on-one customer sales. And now they're just packaging them, marketing them a little bit different. Businesses pivoting to meet COVID-19 mask demand. From 3D printing companies to clothing manufacturers, they're lending a hand and producing that PPE, the protective gear that people need, that those frontline workers need. We've got tailors in the Tampa Bay area who have pivoted to manufacturing masks and are now doing thousands of masks for the government to help them meet the demand that is needed for those frontline responders. Restaurants, wineries, etc. are also pivoting by updating their websites. If you go to Cruise Cellars, which is a local Tampa business, you'll notice they actually have a curbside menu option on the top of their website. And this pop-up pops up immediately asking, when would you like to pick up your order? So they're making it very easy and very evident that they are open for business and you can still enjoy the Cruise Cellars food and wine. So what permanent change might take place in the marketplace for you? You need to start from the beginning. What adjustments did you make that are working? What should go when things go back to normal, when there's no longer a stay-at-home order? And what things are no longer necessary post-virus? What's your brand? Are you hometown? Can you encourage people to shop local? Is your product locally made? Is it made in the US? Is it homegrown? Do you have any relationships that you can capitalize on, especially with other local businesses? Ultimately, from a marketing standpoint, you need to be communicating. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Your customers want to hear from you, and now is a great time to be working on your organic marketing efforts. These are just a few of the ideas we have for continuing to communicate with your customers and your loyal subscribers while you can't see them face to face. Blogs on your website, which you then obviously would promote to your social sites. Emails to your customers and subscribers, updating them and sharing useful links on what's going on for you business-wise. Post relevant messages, products, and services to your Google business listing. Create a YouTube video. Video is going to get a lot of organic reach, especially on Facebook. So use video wherever possible, even if it's just to check in and say, hey, we're still here. We're offering this via curbside, or order online today and we'll ship within 24 hours. You may consider offering a free service during the shutdown, specifically for loyal customers, the ones that you already have that contact information for, just to keep your business top of mind. Participate in a fundraiser to support frontline workers. 1, it's just a good cause. 2, it's likely or more likely to get picked up by other organizations, other news organizations, because news organizations are really looking for feel-good stories at this point. They're looking for businesses that have pivoted and that are helping those frontline workers or supporting others during this time. And you may even be able to become an expert on coping with COVID. If you're a personal trainer, you could become an expert and put yourself forth as an expert in how to stay physically fit when you're not allowed to leave your home. What are those household items that you have that can be turned into gym equipment? Now, I mentioned Google My Business, and this is really an underused tool. So all you do is sign in at the Google My Business website. And what I'm talking about when I say posts, is Google now gives you the opportunity to put up posts just like you would see on Facebook or Instagram, etc. The posts stay live for 7 days, and what you see on the screen there is our Google Your Business listing that comes up, and that's the current post that we have running. Make sure you are also updating your hours and the services that are available during this time in your Google My Business listing. This is also a good opportunity to mention that if you had Google Ads running in 2020, Google will be providing credits basically based on your spend. There's no set amount. It's analysis that Google's going to do. They will notify you via email if you are going to qualify for ad credits, and those ad credits should be coming through about mid-year. But this is a good time to also review your ads. Make sure they're still appropriate. You're still targeting the right keywords. And if you don't have the discretionary money to spend on it, you can pause those ads simply by going to your ads dashboard and hitting the pause button. You'll also want to make sure that your website is optimized during this time. Make sure, 1, that your SEO is up to date and that your site is actually optimized for SEO. A lot of businesses think that their sites are optimized for SEO and then it just happens automatically, but that's not the case on most platforms. But you'll also want to adjust your SEO to fit the current climate. Are you mentioning coronavirus on your website? Have you updated any of your pages, updated your content? Because Google's looking for that as well. Make sure you're updating your services, your products, your information that is available on your website. Make it easy to find with as little clicks as possible. Communicate your pivots prominently. So if you are typically a winery and now you're offering vino to go, make sure you are promoting that on your homepage or promoting it through a special landing page. And then obviously, if you're not already into e-commerce on your website, you need to be in this virtual environment. So here we've got a couple pages on e-commerce made simple. Facebook has made it simple to integrate an online store on the platform. You simply Google the search terms Facebook online store, and you'll find this Facebook page Shops with a step-by-step instruction on how to implement it. If you can't get your store set up, sell via individual posts and accept payments however you see fit, via Facebook Messenger, via PayPal, etc. You can also sell on Instagram. Instagram has new options for sharing gift cards, online food ordering, fundraisers that you're participating in, and more in your stories and on your profiles. You can see on the screen there where it says support this account during COVID-19. It's a special gift cards option where you can order gift cards for later use. And again, all of the platforms are trying to make things as easy as possible for small businesses in the current environment. So there are a lot of easy guides available online. And then finally, website e-commerce. Like I said, you can install widgets and work with a third-party vendor if you have the money and the patience to do that. But you can also get something up very quickly. You can put a landing page up with PayPal links, high-quality images of whatever it is you're selling, and detailed descriptions. That's literally all you need to get e-commerce up and ready on your website. And then you share that landing page link on all of your social and in all of your other marketing efforts, like your emails to your subscribers. So make it easy. With that, these are just some additional ideas, and we've seen some of these from some of our other clients. I already mentioned once that a lot of small businesses are offering a pay what you can product or service for loyal customers. We've got some art studios where people are going around and painting windows and just asking people to donate whatever they can. And there's not even a real minimum amount, and people are getting a good amount of cash flow off that. You can also offer gift cards for future services. If you're not offering gift cards already, you need to be in this environment, especially in terms of immediate cash flow. It's a good opportunity for immediate cash flow, and you can do gift cards on whether or not it's a product or a service. Also, priority booking for upfront payments. So let's say that you have a subscriber list already ready with your loyal customers. Email just those loyal customers and give them the opportunity to book before anyone else. And all they have to do is pay for the service now, and they will get first rights at booking when your store or shop opens back up. You could even give them a slight discount, like 5-10%, for paying up front and getting that priority booking service. You may also want to consider partnering with other local businesses and marketing that partnership. We do have some food market vendors, farm market vendors, who have been partnering with other local businesses in the Tampa Bay region, and they've put together boxes of fresh veggies and spices from one business, veggies from another business, pasta from another business, and they're offering a bulk deal, and it gets delivered to your home. They offer a limited amount of them every day, but they also get to promote each other, and it opens you up to their customer base. So partnering with other local businesses gives you strength in numbers and allows you to use each other's customer base. And then finally, you need to be thinking about, can you turn your service into a product or take your service virtual? There's a lot of opportunity to operate in a virtual environment, especially the meeting spaces have really stepped up their games and made it easier for people to communicate virtually. Accountants, lawyers, therapists can all offer appointments virtually. We even know of some doctor's offices that are offering appointments virtually, while others, such as personal trainers, can create their own courses and offer them in an online environment. It's not hard to get an online course up or to get an online meeting scheduled. And then all you do is accept payment for that when people register, and you send out a link for them to join the training 30 minutes or an hour before the training goes live. Again, immediate cash flow. With that said, that brings us to the end of our Marketing During COVID-19 course today. Please bear in mind that we are in the pandemic economy, probably for the next couple months at least. but think of it as an opportunity to evaluate your business and shift your focus, as a challenge to think outside the box and do something new, and an opportunity to reset and refocus. Keep in mind that you can always stay connected with the Florida SBDC at USF by following us online. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, SlideShare, just to name a few. You can also visit us online at sbdctampabay.com. If you like what you learned today, please recommend us. Give us a testimonial on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn and recommend or verify my skills. If you have any questions or would like some one-on-one consulting at no cost specific to your business, please feel free to reach out to me at stacyp1@usf.edu. Thanks. Have a good day.